Living in the subtropical Miami area definitely gives us access to more of these exotic tropical fruits. So now let's take a closer look at each one and try them out. For starters, I'd like to try the white Sapote Ace, which I picked up from the ground from a local botanic garden. They look like really small green apples. However, the skin is much more tougher than the apple skin. And they have been in the room temperature for a few days to ripe, and they touch, if you can see, there are little dents if I put pressure on them, which is a sign, as I read, that they're ready to eat. So let's open one of them out. The skin is like really tough. Really, really tough. Okay, I feel that there is something, probably a seed inside, preventing me from cutting through. Actually, it's still crispy inside. Hi, Benjamin. Do you like it? No? How about the black ones? Still no? Alright. Okay, let's continue. So you can see that there is a seed, and when I touch, okay, so let's try half. Take away the seed. Not sure if you can hear the sound, but it's definitely crispy. From my reading, it should not be as crispy as this to eat. But anyway, let me give it a try. Just a small piece. Whoops. It's definitely crispy, and I suspect that it's not fully ready. So let's try another one. This one is less green, even though it's smaller, and it touches a lot more softer than the first one. So wish me luck. Hopefully this one is more edible. Oh yeah, this one looks definitely more edible. So it's got a big seed. Well, remember I picked these up from the ground, so they might not be completely grown. But let's just try to see if we can get any meat out of this. So when I dig in with the fork, it's already very mushy inside, which is a good sign for this kind of fruit. It's got a mild taste, and the texture actually is slightly grainy, which reminds me of a fully ripened pear. But I would definitely say if you have the access to a fully grown white sapote, it should taste much better than what I'm experiencing now. But the taste is actually quite lovely. It's nothing pungent. It's got a good balance of sweetness and a slight aroma. I do not like to compare it with any other fruit to give you any, you know, tasting guidance, but you do really have to try to tell that it is a unique fruit. And since there's not much meat, let me just go ahead and finish the rest of the second one. All right. So that's the white sapote. Now, black sapote. I actually have tried it before, so I'm more confident about the taste and the readiness of these black sapote, which also, by the way, picked up from the local garden. Okay, so there are 3 different ones. So let's just pick the biggest one, and they don't look fabulous. They actually look that they're beaten up, and the skin is really wrinkly and easy to dent. Well, actually, this is a good sign that this black sapote is fully ready for you to open up and enjoy. Okay, are you ready? So let's cut. It's really soft to cut through. And not sure if you have tried a black sapote or heard about it before, but this is how it looks like. It's blackish brown, really soft inside, and when you dig in, I'm just gonna use the other side. If I just can't stop dropping things. It has this quality of mud feeling, like texture. Look at my finger. So let's give it a taste. If you read somewhere about black sapote, first forgive me about all the blacks on my tooth or mouth. You will see that people describe it as chocolate pudding. Believe me or not, I have never tasted a chocolate pudding, so I do not know how to compare it, but this definitely, the fully ripened one, definitely tastes very, very good. It's not overly sweet. It is sweet, but it's not overly sweet. And the texture is very, very soft, custard-like or sponge cake-like. So actually it can just melt in your mouth. And if you further your reading, you will find out that black sapote actually has many good health benefits, such as it's high in fiber, and it's also rich in vitamin C, and as well as potassium and some other micronutrients. So let's give it another try. It's definitely an interesting fruit to try, just for the uniqueness of it. It's really good. And the skin is really like paper thin, and the seed is not obvious to find. Last but not least, let's try the Soursop. The Soursop is actually more commonly seen or known, and especially in South America. I bought this from a local market for $10. It's literally $10 per pound. And Soursop, when I looked it up, it actually is known for its various good health benefits, such as like super high in vitamin C, and also some claims with its anti-cancer properties. But I would say try not to eat fruits because of those elusive health benefits, but try them or enjoy them because they're delicious. And now let's find out about this one. So Soursop actually belongs also to the Annona family, which also has sugar apple, cherry moya, or antimoya. So if you know any of the other three that I just named, you would find out that they look very similar. And this one, it has been sitting in my fridge for a few days, so it's not the best looking. The skin originally should be more green than brown like this. But let's open it up and see the inside. Similarly to the black sapote, it's very easy to cut through. It's very soft on the inside. And this is how it looks from the inside. So there is a obvious stem and some seeds. Again, if you are familiar with sugar apple or cherry moya, you will instantly notice that they even look alike. All the Annona family members look alike from the inside, but there's obviously less seeds inside of the soursop, which is also known as guanabana, I believe in Spanish. So it's very easy to scoop up, and you can see that there are some texture. Like there are some flakes. Let's give it a taste. It's got this intensive but also very pleasant fragrance to it. It has a little tanginess, more on the sour side. It's interesting that you can feel the texture is a combination of the skin of the pulp and also the more soft textures, like custard-like textures surrounding it. But what impresses me is it's exactly the same taste from the commercial product that I'm used to. The reason I'm here trying this guanabana is because I've been buying this guanabana pot from the supermarkets, which claims to say that it's 100% soursop inside. So I'm always interested to see what the real fruit tastes like. And I can tell you that they taste almost exactly identical. So if you're interested to try and you're not able to get a hold of the real fruit, see if you can find any product from your local market or the big box or BJ's. I actually got it from BJ's, and it's perfect to make fruit punches or smoothies. So here you have my first impression on how these three different fruits taste like. What I'm gonna do next is to make a smoothie with the soursop and a quarter of the black sapote. So simply, I'm just gonna scoop out the flesh from the fruit. And as you can see, the skin is really soft to the point that it's difficult to separate from the pulp. Yeah, sorry, it's messy looking, but trust me, it tastes good. If you really like chocolate pudding, I'm pretty sure that you'll like this black sapote. And now scooping out the soursop pulp. So one thing, be very careful. If you notice in the very beginning, I spent some time getting rid of these seeds, not because that they will interfere with the tasting, but because as a general knowledge, the seeds of the Annona family are toxic. Try all you can to not get any seeds into the blender so that you accidentally ingest it. But the good thing is there are not a whole lot of seeds in guanabana, which probably is also the reason that this fruit is the one from the Annona family that's seen the most in smoothies. Because if you've seen the sugar apple tasting video that we made a few years ago, it's impossible to get rid of all the seeds. The seeds were just everywhere. Almost. I'm usually not this clumsy, I don't know why. This fruit is actually somewhat challenging, but it's worth it because it's so delicious. All right. Be right back. So here we have the smoothie, and let me show you the texture. Remember, it was a third of the fruit pulp and 2/3 of water. And see how thick this thing is? I would say the texture mostly comes from the black sapote, and I can already smell the pleasant aroma, which I believe is the biggest contributor. The bigger contributor is the soursop. So let's give it a taste. It's really good. It got the nutty, chocolatey, mild flavor from the black sapote, and also get the pungent, intense flavor from the soursop or guanabana. And if you combine the health benefits, it's a really good smoothie to enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed today's tasting. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit like. And in the future, I hope to find more interesting fruit to taste for you. This one is the subtropical Miami gives us more access to more exotic tropical fruits such like these.